All right, so you're prepping for a screw machine operator interview. Sounds like a pretty cool challenge to take on.
Yeah, it is.
We're going to try to give you a little bit of help with this deep dive into some RoleCatcher guides, both their career and interview guides.
Right.
Think of this as like a cheat sheet to help you really impress those hiring managers.
For sure.
So let's paint a picture first of what a screw machine operator actually does all day long.
Okay.
What does their world look like?
So imagine you're in a manufacturing facility.
Yep.
You're surrounded by all these machines and they're humming.
Lots of activity.
Exactly. And you, as the screw machine operator, you're the maestro of these fascinating machines that take little pieces of metal and turn them into these perfect threaded screws.
Wow, so it's a lot of precision mechanics, keeping everything running smoothly.
Yeah. It's very hands-on. You're not just operating the machines.
Right.
You're setting them up, you're adjusting the tools, making sure that those screws meet the exact specifications.
I imagine safety is a huge deal in that environment.
Oh, absolutely. Working with machinery like that.
Yeah.
Safety has to be your top priority.
Of course.
Both for yourself and everyone around you. So understanding and following all those safety protocols, non-negotiable.
Okay, so you're interested in this role.
Yeah.
You're prepped on the basics. Now it's time for the interview.
Yeah.
What kind of questions are they going to ask you?
So RoleCatcher has put together an interview guide.
Okay.
It's got 10 common questions that you'll probably run into.
Right.
And we're going to unpack each one.
Okay.
And give you some insider tips on what those hiring managers are really looking for.
Awesome. Let's start with question number 1.
All right, so usually it starts off pretty simple. Something like, can you explain your experience with setting up and operating screw machines?
Sounds straightforward.
Yeah, it does.
But I imagine there's a strategy to answering it well.
Oh, for sure. So you don't want to just rattle off a list of your past jobs.
Gotcha.
They're not just looking for a timeline.
Okay, they want to see how you think. So this is your chance to highlight your expertise.
Right.
Did you have any special training that makes you stand out?
Oh.
Maybe some certifications?
Okay.
What kind of screw machines have you actually worked with?
So like name dropping some of the machines.
Yeah, like if you've worked with a Brown & Sharp or a Davenport,
Okay.
mention those, and then talk about the setup process.
Oh,
What
yeah.
were your responsibilities?
Because that shows that you really know what you're doing.
Exactly. The more details, the better.
Okay.
Because they might throw you a curveball and ask you about a specific machine.
Oh, so they could really dig into it.
Yeah, so be prepared to go a little deeper.
Gotcha. Okay, question number 2. What do we got?
This one's all about your attention to detail.
Okay.
How do you ensure the accuracy and quality of parts produced by screw machines?
It's like quality control, time to shine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They want to know how you make sure every part is perfect.
So we're talking measuring tools, visual inspections.
Yep, all that. How do you know when a part meets those specs?
So talk about the measuring tools that you've used.
Like what?
Calipers, micrometers, gauges. But don't just name them.
Right.
Explain how you actually use them to ensure that accuracy.
Okay.
And this is where you can really impress them by dropping some industry lingo.
Yeah.
Talk about tolerances, surface finishes, like, I made sure that all the parts were within plus or minus 0.005 of an inch of the blueprint specs.
So knowing the tolerances and how they relate to quality control is really important.
Huge. And then don't forget about visual inspections.
Yeah.
Were you looking for burrs, scratches, other imperfections?
Okay, that all makes sense. Question number 3, what's the next hurdle to overcome?
All right, so everyone loves a good story, right?
Sure.
They're probably going to ask you, have you ever encountered a problem while operating a screw machine?
Yeah.
How did you resolve it?
Okay, so it's time to show off those troubleshooting skills.
Exactly. Choose a specific problem. Not too basic, but one that you really tackled well.
Right.
What went wrong? Did a tool break unexpectedly?
Oh.
Did the machine start making parts with inconsistent dimensions?
Okay.
And then walk them through your thought process?
Uh-huh.
How did you diagnose that issue, and what did you do to fix it?
So, like, what steps did you take?
Exactly. Did you have to consult the manual?
Okay.
Talk to your colleagues?
Right.
Maybe you had to adjust the machine settings or replace a worn-out part?
Oh.
Show them that you can think critically when you're under pressure?
And bonus points for thinking outside the box.
Oh, yeah. If you came up with a super creative solution that saved time or improved efficiency,
Yeah.
definitely talk about that.
Okay, that's a great tip. Question number 4, what's next?
So remember we talked about how important safety is?
Huh?
They will definitely ask you about it.
Good.
Something like, How do you ensure the safety of yourself and others while operating screw machines?
Okay, this is non-negotiable. It's not just about knowing the rules, it's about actually living them.
Right. So here's where you show them that you're a responsible operator who takes safety very seriously.
Right.
So talk about personal protective equipment,
Like what?
your safety glasses, gloves, hearing protection, all that.
Yeah.
But go a little deeper.
Oh.
Mention specific safety procedures that you followed,
Like
like lockout, tag out.
lockout, tag
Oh,
out.
have you heard of that?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it's a safety protocol
Okay.
that you use when you're doing any maintenance or repair work on a machine. So you basically lock out the power source and you tag out the machine
Gotcha.
so that it can't accidentally start up while someone's working on it.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. So it's all about preventing injuries.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Yeah.
crucial safety measure. Anything else I should highlight in that answer?
Talk about your awareness of any hazards in your work environment.
Yeah.
Talk about keeping your work area clean and organized
That's it.
to prevent accidents.
Makes sense.
And really emphasize that you follow all the safety guidelines, no exceptions.
Safety.
Always.
All right, so safety protocols down. What's the next challenge they might throw at us?
All right, get ready to juggle.
Okay.
Question number 5 is all about multitasking.
Oh, boy.
So something like, how do you prioritize and manage your workload when you're operating multiple screw machines at once?
Multitasking master test.
Pretty much.
I imagine that's pretty common in a manufacturing setting.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have multiple machines going at the same time, so they
Yeah.
want to know you can handle it.
So have a real-life example ready to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How did you manage all those machines without sacrificing quality or safety?
Right.
Did you have a system for rotating between them?
Okay.
Maybe a mental checklist so you didn't miss any steps?
Oh,
Really, it's about organization and efficiency.
gotcha. So they want to see that you can handle the pressure.
Uh-huh.
Stay focused. Keep those machines running smoothly.
Exactly.
Now, I think this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be really helpful
Yeah.
because their platform isn't just about giving you these questions. It helps you actually tailor your answers.
Exactly. So imagine you input the job description into RoleCatcher,
Okay.
and their AI analyzes it.
Uh-huh.
It figures out the skills and experience that employer really cares about.
Oh, so it's like having a personalized coach.
Yeah.
Whispering in your ear, focus on these skills when you answer this multitasking question.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It takes all the guesswork out of interview prep.
Wow.
So you can really fine-tune those answers and highlight the skills that matter most to that specific employer.
That's incredible. It's a secret weapon for standing out.
It is.
Okay, so we've tackled 5 big questions so far.
We have.
But before we dive into the next set, I want to take a quick detour
Okay.
and talk about career paths.
Okay.
Where can this screw machine operator role actually lead you?
That's where RoleCatcher's career guide is super helpful.
Yeah.
It's not just about acing that interview.
Right, because landing the job is just the first step.
Exactly.
Then you got to figure out where you're going next.
So the guide outlines different potential career paths. Oh. You might start as an operator and then move into a setup role.
Oh.
Maybe eventually you become a lead operator or even a supervisor.
Oh, wow.
It's all about continuously learning and expanding your skills.
And RoleCatcher can help you pinpoint those key skills and certifications that can boost your career.
Oh, for sure.
They give you insights into industry trends, in-demand skills,
Yeah.
relevant certifications.
Like CNC programming, for example.
Okay.
It's like a roadmap for your career journey.
Awesome.
It is.
Well, we've got 5 more questions to get through.
We do.
Those are coming up in part 2 of our deep dive.
Can't wait.
Stick around.
Welcome back to our deep dive on acing that screw machine operator interview.
All right, so we're ready to tackle those next 5 questions from RoleCatcher's interview guide.
Yeah, let's do it.
Each one's like a puzzle piece,
Uh-huh.
helping you create this complete picture of your expertise for those hiring managers.
Exactly.
It's not just about having the right answers.
Right.
It's about showing your knowledge,
Yeah.
how you think, and your passion for this field.
For sure.
Okay, so I'm ready for the next challenge.
Okay.
What's question number 6?
So think about the materials that you're working with.
Okay.
Question 6 is going to ask you something like,
All right.
can you describe your familiarity with different types of materials used in screw machine operations?
Okay, so it's not enough to just say, yeah, I've worked with steel.
Right. They want to see that you understand the little differences
Yeah.
between all those different materials
Okay.
and how they can actually affect the machining process.
Okay.
So have you worked with brass, stainless steel, aluminum?
Right.
Each one has its own characteristics.
So like if I mention brass, I could talk about its machinability.
Yeah.
How easy it is to cut and shape.
Exactly. And you could mention that it's often used for parts that need to be corrosion resistant.
Okay.
Like plumbing fittings.
What about stainless steel that's known for being super durable? Right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. It's strong and resistant to rust.
Yeah.
So it's ideal for parts that are going to be in harsh environments.
So really knowing those properties of each material and why they're chosen for certain applications is key.
It shows that you're not just going through the motions, you actually understand what you're working with.
Okay, question number 7. What's next on the list?
All right, so think about keeping those machines in tip-top shape.
Okay.
Question 7 focuses on maintenance.
Okay.
So they might ask you, how do you ensure that the screw machine is properly maintained and serviced?
Maintenance is crucial.
It is.
For safety, for efficiency, for everything, really.
For sure. They want to know that you're not going to neglect those machines.
Yeah.
So talk about your experience with preventative maintenance tasks.
Like what?
Lubrication cleaning inspections. Did you follow any specific procedures?
Okay.
Like a maintenance schedule or using any diagnostic tools?
So it's not just about fixing problems when they happen.
Nope.
It's about preventing those problems in the first place. Showing that you're proactive. You understand that those machines need to be running smoothly.
Exactly.
Anything specific that I should mention about preventative maintenance?
You could talk about checking the oil levels, inspecting the belts and bearings, cleaning the coolant systems.
Yeah.
Those are all essential.
What about troubleshooting? I mean, they probably want to know I can handle a wrench, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
If you've ever had to replace a part or adjust a machine setting,
Yeah.
mention it, show them that you're comfortable with basic repairs.
Okay.
And that you can keep that machine running smoothly.
All right, time for question number 8.
Hit me. This one might be a little more technical.
Okay.
Something like, can you describe your experience with programming screw machines?
Oh.
Now, not all screw machine operator roles are going to need programming skills.
Okay.
So this question might not come up.
But if it does, I better be ready.
You got it.
What kind of programming are we even talking about here?
A lot of times it involves using G-code,
Okay.
which is a numerical control programming language.
Oh.
It tells the machine what movements to make,
Uh-huh.
what tools to use,
Right.
and how to actually cut the material.
Okay.
So if you've used G-code before, definitely highlight that.
Okay, what if I've used a different type of programming language?
Mention it.
Yeah.
Explain what kind of software or language you've used
Mm-hmm.
and how those skills could apply to a screw machine operation.
Gotcha.
Maybe you created some programs to optimize cutting speeds
Right.
or automate some repetitive tasks.
Okay, so even if it's not directly G-code, if you've got some programming experience, talk about it.
Exactly.
But what if I don't have any programming experience at all? Should I just panic?
No need to panic.
Okay.
If programming isn't a core requirement for the job,
Yeah.
just be honest and say that you're willing to learn.
Okay.
You're eager to take on new challenges,
Uh-huh.
highlight your mechanical aptitude,
Right.
and your willingness to adapt to new technology.
Okay, makes sense. All right, question number 9, what's next?
Let's talk a little bit about business sense.
Okay.
So question 9 might be something like, how do you ensure that the screw machine operation stays within budget and meets production goals?
Efficiency and productivity.
Yeah.
Those are music to a manager's ears.
Exactly. They want to see that you understand the bigger picture.
Uh-huh.
It's not just about running the machines.
Right.
It's about contributing to the success of the company.
So how do I show them that I'm all about meeting those goals?
Well, think about ways that you've optimized machine setups to minimize any waste and really maximize your output.
Huh?
Maybe you've streamlined a process or found a way to reduce material scrap.
Okay, what about troubleshooting that can impact production, right?
Oh, absolutely. If you've ever had to quickly diagnose and solve a problem to avoid any downtime, talk about it. Show them that you can think on your feet and keep those machines humming along.
And don't forget about safety. A safe work environment is a productive work environment.
Exactly. You got it.
Because I can tie my safety knowledge back into this question.
For sure.
Emphasize that I understand safety protocols are essential for meeting those production goals and avoiding those costly accidents.
Absolutely.
Okay, on to the final challenge. Question number 10. What's in store for us?
All right, so get those problem-solving gears turning.
Okay.
Question 10 is probably going to be something like, can you describe your experience with troubleshooting screw machine issues?
Troubleshooting, that's a big part of any hands-on role.
It is.
Especially in manufacturing.
Yeah, they want to know you can handle those unexpected problems.
Exactly.
So this is all about showcasing your ability to diagnose and solve problems
Mm-hmm.
quickly and effectively.
So pick a specific example that really highlights my troubleshooting skills.
Exactly. Maybe a time when a machine started producing parts
Uh-huh.
that had inconsistent dimensions.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Yeah, and then walk them through the problem,
Okay.
how you figured out what was causing it.
And the steps you took to resolve it.
Did you adjust the tooling,
Right.
tweak the machine settings?
Yeah, any of that. Maybe you had to look at a technical manual.
Okay,
The more details you can give them, the better.
paint that picture.
Exactly. Show them your thought process
Uh-huh.
so they can see that you can analyze the situation,
Okay,
identify the problem, and come up with a solution.
awesome. Okay, now before we wrap up, I want to circle back to RoleCatcher's AI.
Okay.
We've talked about how it can help tailor your answers,
Mm-hmm.
but can you give us a little more insight into how it actually works?
So imagine you've practiced all your answers.
Okay.
You're feeling pretty confident,
Yeah.
but you want that extra edge.
Right.
That's where RoleCatcher's AI-powered feedback comes in.
Okay.
So you record yourself answering these questions,
Uh-huh.
you upload them to the platform,
Right.
and their AI analyzes those responses.
So it's like having a virtual interview coach,
Yeah, pretty much.
giving me personalized feedback.
Exactly. It'll identify any areas where you could improve.
Oh, maybe you need to highlight specific skills
Okay.
or rephrase an answer
Yeah.
to better match the job description.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It takes all that guesswork out of interview prep.
Right.
Helps you present your best self.
Exactly. And the best part is
Yeah.
it's tailored to each specific job that you're applying for.
Oh.
So you're not getting generic feedback.
Right.
You're getting insights that are specific to that employer in that role.
That's incredible.
It is.
Okay, so we've covered 10 tough questions.
We have.
And I'm already feeling much more prepared for that interview.
Awesome.
But there's one more piece of the puzzle we got to address, right?
Yeah. In part 3 of our deep dive,
Okay.
we're going to explore how to really showcase your passion for this industry
Uh-huh.
and your commitment to continuous learning.
Right. It's not just about what you know.
No.
It's about that enthusiasm and drive to grow in this field.
Exactly.
Stick around for more insightful tips and expert advice. Welcome back. We've been doing a deep dive into the world of screw machine operators. We've tackled those tough interview questions, explored career paths.
Yeah.
Now it's time to add that final touch.
Okay.
Showing those hiring managers that you're not just qualified, but you're genuinely passionate about this field.
Right. Passion is contagious.
It is.
It can set you apart from other candidates.
Exactly. Because it shows them you're not just there for a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
You actually want to contribute and grow in this industry.
Yeah, you want to be there.
So how do we infuse that passion into the interview?
Well, think about what got you excited about this field in the first place.
Okay.
Was it a fascination with how things are made? A love of working with your hands and creating precise components?
Right.
Tap into that.
Okay, so I could talk about how I've always been intrigued by machines.
Yeah.
Like all those different parts working together to create something new.
Exactly. Or maybe you have a personal project that you're working on in your spare time. That shows off your hands-on skills.
Yeah.
Your eagerness to learn.
Right.
Don't be afraid to share those things.
Okay, so bringing in some personal experience
Exactly.
to show that you're really interested in this.
Yeah.
What about keeping up with industry trends? Does that show passion?
Oh, absolutely. So do some research before you go into that interview.
Okay.
What are some emerging technologies in screw machine operation?
Like what kind of stuff?
Are there any advancements in tooling or materials?
Oh,
You know, just be aware of what's going on in the industry.
like I could mention the use of CNC machines
Yeah,
in screw machine operations, how that's kind of changing things.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or you could talk about advancements in cutting tools
Oh,
that are improving efficiency and surface finishes.
Yeah.
Showing that you're aware of these trends shows that you're invested in the future of the industry.
right. So you're not just stuck in the past.
Yeah,
And that kind of ties back into that continuous learning aspect,
it does.
which is something RoleCatcher emphasizes in their career guide.
For sure, the manufacturing world is constantly evolving, so continuous learning is key to staying ahead of the game.
So even if I'm just starting out, I can still show them I'm committed to growing,
Definitely.
learning new skills.
Mention any relevant courses or certifications that you've completed,
Okay.
or even ones that you're planning to pursue.
Oh, like I'm thinking about getting this certification.
Exactly.
Okay.
Maybe you're interested in learning CNC programming
Yeah.
or some advanced machining techniques.
Awesome. And RoleCatcher can help point me in the right direction for all that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Their AI can analyze industry trends,
Okay.
identify the skills and certifications that are in high demand.
That's really helpful.
It's like a personalized roadmap for your career growth.
So to wrap up this whole deep dive,
Okay.
let's break it down into 3 key takeaways
Okay.
for acing that screw machine operator interview.
Awesome.
Number 1, know your stuff.
Yes.
Be ready to answer those technical questions.
Mm.
Highlight your experience.
Yeah.
Show off those problem-solving skills.
For sure.
Number 2, showcase your passion.
Right.
Let them see your excitement for this field,
Yeah.
that you're willing to learn,
Mm-hmm.
that you really want to contribute to this industry.
Exactly.
And number 3, leverage the power of RoleCatcher.
Absolutely.
Use their AI tools
Mm-hmm.
to tailor your answers, practice your delivery, and gain valuable insights
Mm-hmm.
into career paths and skill development.
It's a game changer.
So you're walking into that interview armed with knowledge, confidence,
Yeah.
and the power of RoleCatcher behind you.
You got this.
Now go out there and land that dream job.